The best players the NFL has to offer on one stage. The AFC-NFC Pro Bowl underway here in Vegas. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Jones on 1st and 10. It's caught by Mike Evans. He's at the 40, the 20. Touchdown! Mike Evans, 75 yards. And the NFC has taken the early lead. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0.
Makes the score our home team 7, visitors nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Taylor, and not much there. Maybe a yard up in the 24.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down, it's Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
Now the NFC going to use a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Derrick Henry. He's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They'll run to Taylor. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
On third down, Jackson. The coverage good that time by the NFC defense brings up fourth down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this is good. From 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through this time in the Pro Bowl.
This is Tony Pollard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The NFC takes over first and 10. At their own 31-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. But they have to be careful of is not it was very easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
We'll see if it's that easy here. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And that'll bring up second down. Sanders, first carry of the game. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Jay Henderson on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Jones. And he's coming in. Calvin rolling. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
And no chance to get away as they'll get it down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because
they found it. It's on the ground. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And he will take this back. A fumble return for an NFC touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return? Everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home.
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Visitors 3. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble. That was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
39-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. This is the tight end fan. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Jackson will throw again. He's got his big tight end fan. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on the first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Jackson throwing once more. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And all the way down to the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And they'll try the option on first and goal. Closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a third down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and goal, Jackson. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Rico Gafford there to make the grab. And the AFC able to cut into the lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. Now Pollard. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The NFC takes over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
For the NFC, ready to get their next drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they're lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
They go option here with Jones. The ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And it's picked up by the AFC. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 16-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jonnu Smith, the tight end, is intended receiver. And it's 3rd and 5.
By Antoine Winfield.
Jackson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Team 21. Visitors 10.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to run with Taylor, and he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the AFC able to draw a bit closer. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
At their own 29-yard line.
Ready ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. Let's see what they do here. Let's go.
Big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over. The other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. He finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Finds his tight end Ingram. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They'll run here with the Saints, Alvin Kamara. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. 12-yard touchdown run. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. The solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment that allowed the runner to make the big move.
Deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile. Stopped out one behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, NFC. From 8 yards out. And the NFC adds on to their lead. It didn't seem like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
He got into the end zone.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
The guy's man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. A big play there for the AFC. 47 yards. And this is caught at the end. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. Harris Campbell, 33 yards. And the AFC able to get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
The NFC takes over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here's Jones on first down. Left side here to Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, short tackle.
On second down, Kamara.
They've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
That's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
48-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's into the hands of Gafford, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Jackson. The kick here is complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Now Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
The AFC thus far on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The AFC thus far on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on to the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. It's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Sanders. And he is in. Touchdown NFC. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the NFC able to widen their advantage. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. He's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
In fact, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end who went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
To throw again is Jackson. And this one's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd and short. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. For whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. That led to the incompletion.
And he's got this down to the 35. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Jackson. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
3.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Jackson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Down the pipe. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Montez Nicholson picks it. And he really brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come upon halftime of this Pro Bowl with the NFC on top of the AFC. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? This taken in about 4 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Offense set to take their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of it.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Play action. Now Jackson.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. That's caught over the middle by Phil. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards of first down.
1st and 10 at the
operating from the gun. Jackson.
That's my fault.
Rico Gafford, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs.
I was trying to let that mug develop.
That should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, gets him credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. 20! Touchdown! A big play there. 43 yards.
And the AFC able to cut it to within a score.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where
pressed the wrong button.
Traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And this carries into the end zone. The decision to bring it out ends up not looking good. It costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown. As they Jones has just thrown his third interception. And C.J. Henderson picking it up. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and an AFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for two. They'll let Taylor try and run. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Visitors 45.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Well, he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here.
Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in and know you're not.
This pass is intercepted for the 4th time. James with a pick. Well, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Okay, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
Taylor. Getting down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Breaks through the contact. Brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Taylor. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Jackson now on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he will score. Touchdown, AFC. Jonathan Taylor. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the AFC is able to widen their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
At their own 22-yard line.
Drive here, the NFC offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw again on second down. Jones eluding the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 4.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. That's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still.
God damn it.
And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. From the gun, Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting his inside the 25. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
That's another NFC 1st down.
Jones now throwing on 1st down. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And a short gain here down to the 22. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Quan Alexander. And he's going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said
wrong hole.
Not in a million years, but here we go. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They run once more with Taylor. And they'll take him down at
the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to the guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
A first down carry for Henry. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Tackled by Avonte Maddox. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3rd and 3.
Again, it's Taylor. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
The AFC punt team out there now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Returning it is Moore. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the 4th quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and not have to live with that for the rest of the year.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And taking it across midfield and inside the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Jones.
Wow.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I had him. You could have stayed with him.
That good for 11. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies.
Yeah, I had him. You could have stayed with him.
He's achieved that in this performance.
First down, Sanders not finding a whole lot as he'll get forward for about 3. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. That's complete.
I had to scratch my nose. He quick snapped that bitch.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfect.
Good catch.
Score. Touchdown, NFC. From 13 yards out. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
This will make it into the end zone.
March as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last two seasons. A one-score game as we play here in the fourth.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch.
From the 25 on second down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
This one complete to Gafford. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action with Jackson. This is the tight end fan. Touchdown! Noah Fant, 41 yards. And the AFC adds on to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets ahead of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. Well, it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Jones going to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The numbers for the NFC on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 83 yards receiving now for him on the afternoon as he's got a 1st down here. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They're giving those short little routes, tackled him in bounds too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there. First down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's C.J. Henderson picking it up. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch, counter punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Going jet sweep, here's Campbell. He's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
9. It's 4th down.
The AFC punt team out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
David Moore on the return. The NFC takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones.
Oh, he beat me to the mark. Good job.
Getting this one up to about the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
See, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 37, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Take a knee. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaunt. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.